Is life insurance a bank? When people practice the infinite banking concept and become their own banker, sometimes they refer to their whole life insurance policy as a bank. But is this an accurate depiction of what their life insurance policy really is? To answer this question, let's first take a look at what is required for someone to open an actual bank. In his book, Becoming Your Own Banker, Nelson Nash talked about the 4 things that are necessary in order for somebody to open a bank. Number 1, lots of money. In today's dollars, this would be somewhere between $12 and $20 million. Number 2, a place to keep that money in a low-interest account where it avoids risk and assures solvency for the banker. Number 3, the banker must complete an application for a bank, procure FDIC insurance, and the Federal Reserve, or the state if it will be a state bank, must issue an approval. Number 4, business licenses must be purchased, employees hired, and depositors obtained. Only after these 4 things have been completed can a banker open his doors and begin lending out a depositor's money to other people. We say lending a depositor's money because it's important to realize that the banker does not lend his own money. The $12 to $20 million in reserve cannot be loaned out to anyone. Now, let's take a look at life insurance companies. Insurance companies go through a process similar to that of a bank. They also have 4 things they must do to become an insurance company. Number 1, they are required to have a large amount of savings. Number 2, these savings must be kept in a secure place with low risk and low interest rates. And so far, the steps for banks and insurance companies are basically the same. But step 3 changes a little. An insurance company must apply to each state and get approval for the insurance products they wish to offer, but they do not have to procure FDIC insurance, nor does the Federal Reserve have to issue an approval. And in step 4, they must purchase business licenses, insurance, hire employees, and of course find people who want to purchase the products that they sell. So although banks and life insurance companies do share some similarities, life insurance companies are not banks. They do not have to follow the same regulations or abide by the same rules as banks do. When a person buys a whole life insurance policy, they can borrow from it similar to the way you can take a loan from a bank. The amount available to borrow is called cash value and is based on how much death benefit the policy has. Some people think that when they take a loan from their policy, they are borrowing their own money, but this isn't actually the case. Remember the large amount of savings insurance companies are required to have? The money you borrow via policy loan is coming from those savings. Unlike a bank that cannot lend its reserves, insurance companies can and do loan their reserves to policyholders because the policy's death benefit is held as collateral for that loan. This eliminates risk for the insurance company and it allows your money to stay inside your policy and grow. So back to our original question, is life insurance a bank? If you didn't know the answer to this question at the start of the video, I'm sure you do now. The answer is no. Life insurance is not a bank. Many people who are practicing infinite banking or becoming your own banker do refer to their life insurance policies as banks. Does this term accurately depict what a policy is and how it works? Absolutely not. In fact, calling a policy a bank creates a lot of unnecessary confusion about not only how the policy works, but also how infinite banking or becoming your own banker works. For the purposes of becoming your own banker, we can see that taking a policy loan actually makes the insurance company our depositor, not our bank. So now that we have straightened out some of the terminology about life insurance policies and banks, let's take a look at what it really means to become your own banker. If you are to become your own banker, you will need a place where you can keep money safe with low risk. Remember, this is a requirement for opening a bank. But where is a good place to keep money safe and at low risk during these times? A well-designed whole life insurance policy is the best place we've found. Next, you'll need FDIC insurance and Federal Reserve or state approval. Oh, wait, no. This is your own personal bank and not a bank you're starting for public use, so skip that step. But lastly, you will need depositors, and this is where the life insurance company comes back into the picture. By applying for a policy loan, you're not borrowing your own money. You're borrowing the insurance company's reserve money, which means the insurance company is now your depositor. The next step is to lend the money the insurance company has just deposited with you out to make a profit. And since you're becoming your own banker, lending money to yourself to finance things in your life is a good place to start. Just as a bank charges interest on money they lend out, you should also charge interest on money you lend out. Set the terms of the loan, which will include interest and the amount of time needed to pay the loan off. Decide if you want to add any early payback clauses or penalties for late payments. And then once the loan is paid back, you will have accomplished 3 things. You'll have made a purchase with the money, You'll have used somebody else's money, the insurance company's money, while your money continued to grow, and you will have made a profit from the interest you charged yourself on the loan. There is another benefit we should mention. When you take a policy loan, the insurance company will charge you interest for the use of their money. You, as the policyholder, will pay this interest to the insurance company along with your loan repayments. But if the insurance company is a mutual company, you will get to benefit from this loan interest in the form of a dividend. Just how does this work? Policyholders with mutual companies are considered part owners of the company, and therefore they must share in the profits of the company. Policy loan interest does create a profit for the insurance company, and this profit will be shared with policyholders, which includes you, as a dividend. But what if you don't have life insurance? Do you need whole life insurance to become your own banker? No. Owning life insurance is not absolutely necessary to become your own banker, but there are some benefits that come with owning life insurance that make it much easier to become your own banker than it would be if you didn't have life insurance. If you didn't have life insurance, you would need to save up a lot of money and keep it in a safe and secure place, and then find someone else to lend you their money while using your savings as the collateral for that loan. An example of this is when people use their home equity to borrow money from the bank, or when investors take a margin loan. There is serious risk associated with these types of loans that's good to be aware of. For instance, when a home line of credit is not paid, the home runs the risk of foreclosure. Or in the case of a margin loan, when a stock or a mutual fund account does not perform as well as desired, a margin call could take place. This can create a tight financial situation. And also keep in mind the money borrowed comes with an interest rate. So unlike having a policy with a mutual company where the interest can come back to benefit you in the form of a dividend, with margin loans and home equity loans, interest paid is money lost to you. So do you need whole life insurance to become your own banker? No. Is it possible to become your own banker without using whole life insurance? Yes. Is it better to use whole life insurance? Yes. Is it easier to use whole life insurance? And again, the answer is yes. In some cases, purchasing whole life insurance is not possible, but for people who live in the United States of America and are insurable or have an insurable interest, getting whole life insurance is usually a no-brainer. At Life Benefits, we specialize in designing and selling whole life insurance policies that give the best results for people who want to become their own banker. If you would like to see what a whole life policy could look like working for you, contact us. It would be our pleasure to help you. If you already have a policy, or if you're looking at a policy illustration and would like a review of it, let us know. We'll be happy to look at it with you so you can understand exactly how it's designed and how it will perform.
We want to help you with all your insurance needs. Contact us, 702-660-7000.